Hi, my name's Emma and welcome to my channel. We're gonna talk about movies here a lot, and because I don't have tickets to Avengers Endgame, we're gonna talk about Unicorn Store. So that should be fun. So Unicorn Store, it premiered on Netflix April 5th, and it's Brie Larson's directorial debut for feature films. The film is starring her, Samuel L. Jackson, Joan Cusack, and it reeks of independent cinema, and we'll get more into that later. So it's a comedy, drama, fantasy thing. I'm gonna give you a little plot summary just in case you haven't seen the movie and you're using this video on the internet to tell you if you should watch the movie. So Brie Larson plays Kit, who is a failed artist who moves back in with her parents approximately after graduating college. It's not super clear, and she's upset because she's not being paid and the world sucks. And so she sees a commercial for a temp agency, so she applies for the agency and starts working there. And while she's there, she starts receiving these weird, mysterious letters that tell her to go to the store, and she goes there, which is bad advice. Don't respond to strange letters, especially when you're getting them at your place of business. Just saying. So she goes to the store and she meets Samuel L. Jackson, who is playing the salesman, which is a creative character name. And he is super weird and creepy and tells her that he has the key to her ultimate happiness, which is a unicorn, which is fine, I guess, in the context of this story. Samuel L. Jackson, the salesman, tells her in order to get the unicorn, the key to her happiness, she's gonna have to do some stuff, which is essentially getting her adult life together. And that's the plot. Brie Larson trying to get a unicorn. I promise you it's not as rough as it sounds. It's rough. This movie is rough, but it's not as rough as that plot summary made it out to be. So a couple positives of the film. It's funny in that quirky, independent comedy way I mentioned earlier. I used to run a film festival for my college, so I have a greater appreciation and a higher tolerance for independent film than most people, and this film is not great, but it is much better than a lot of other independent comedies. It actually genuinely made me laugh a couple times. Not consistently, but a couple times. Brie Larson is good. I forgot that she was good because I saw Captain Marvel and I didn't think it was very good, but Brie Larson, good actress. Short Term 12, that was good. She's very good. Not as Captain Marvel in the Captain Marvel movie. This film essentially reminded me that Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson are talented actors, even though the film wasn't very good. They both had such weird, quirky characters that it was enjoyable to watch them just play. This wasn't a high-stakes film. I don't think. It just looked like a lot of people were having fun, and that comes through in some of the comedy and some of the like awkward things where you can imagine them in the editing room being like, guys, this is funny, I swear. And it's not, but you can imagine them thinking that it is. So this film is really relatable. It's a really easy watch. You connect enough with the characters, not on a deep level, but you connect enough, and it's a movie where you can cook dinner while it's on. If you miss something, you're really not missing anything. You're never gonna get lost while watching this movie, and that's enjoyable. Not every film has to be a masterpiece. This is not a masterpiece, but it's a fun time. So another one of my favorite parts of this movie is the interaction between Joan Cusack and Bradley Whitford, who play Kit, Brie Larson's parents. They're just a really charming couple that doesn't understand their daughter. They're not one of my favorite film uncomfortable parent duos. That probably goes to Easy A, but they're still good. They have decent enough chemistry and they do what they need to. Joan Cusack vastly is given better material than Bradley Whitford to work with. She's funny in this. He's there, but she's funny. And then the negatives. I don't want to bash this film aggressively because it's not bad. It's definitely not good, but it's not bad. It's just rough around the edges and in the middle and all throughout. The script is not very good, and some of the best moments feel like improvisation. And I'm not sure if there was any in this film, but that's what they feel like. It feels like some of the actors getting to have fun with the dialogue and with the characters, and those are the moments that will make you laugh. And then some of the jokes and concepts are a little out of date. It's not that they aren't relevant, it's that they feel over talked about in movies a lot now. I'm talking specifically about like the boss who doesn't get it. He's really awkward and uncomfortable and keeps just like being there at the wrong time. And rather than using him as a way to explain why this is problematic, they like use him as a joke, assuming that the whole audience gets that he's a problem rather than addressing the problem, if that makes sense. The temp agency is the worst part of this film for me. Every time we're at the temp office, it's really boring and uncomfortable, and not in a haha, I'm uncomfortable, but this is funny way, in an uncomfortable and I wish this wasn't happening way, which are two very different uncomfortables. Let me make that clear. It's not good. We're not there very often, but we're there often enough that I'm like, I don't want to be back here. Why are we back here? The film is predictable as well. I haven't seen this exact premise, but I've been in this story enough times to know where it's going. That doesn't mean it's bad, but it, like I said, it's just predictable. Not going to be surprised by this film at all. And that means it has little to no rewatch value for me. All the characters are fairly one-dimensional and the plot is one-dimensional. You get from point A to point B relatively easily, which is fine, but that means I don't need to go back to it again, like ever. And then the last problem I have with the film is a problem that I have with media in general. Essentially, it's just the easy way out to infantilize an adult and give them no desire to face the world as an adult and want to be a child. And rather than displaying this like weird age that I'm in right now, I'm 23, I would rather go back to where things are easy as a kid, but I am 23, I need to be an adult. I'm not looking for that easy solution, I'm looking for the adult solution, which is kind of the metaphor of the movie, but essentially adults need to start acting like adults, even in films, and acting like a child isn't funny. We shouldn't make that an okay thing that's happening. Is any of this making sense? If you're an adult, act like an adult. And it's not funny if you're acting like a kid. That's my summary. That's not a funny part of the movie, for her to be like a kid all the time. And you can be youthful as an adult, but she is not youthful. She's acting like a child who doesn't want to grow up, which is annoying and happens in media. Good luck, Emma, editing this. I don't know if you got your point across, but you tried. Gold star. Yeah, after we've sifted through that confusion, here are some final thoughts on the film. It's fine. It's fine. The film is something I would put on like if I were having a wine night with a bunch of female friends that exist in this fantasy world of mine, because it's easy. It's fun to talk over. You can reminisce about how you liked unicorns as a kid, or you had a friend who was a horse girl and how crazy it is to be a horse girl. It's a good, like, I just want to feel okay. Like, I just want to turn my brain off and like watch Brie Larson pet a unicorn. That's what I want. And that's what this film delivers, which frankly, no other film has delivered. So that is one thing that this movie has going for it. And the relatability of the film is enjoyable. Like I said, it's probably for like a women's wine night. I don't know how well men would connect to the film, just because it's a film about femininity and kind of our story. Not to say that it's alienating towards men, but like the unicorn itself is potentially alienating. The plot is relatable, the unicorn is not. I wasn't a horse girl, so maybe that's why I'm indifferent to this movie. Like I said, Brie Larson is funny in this movie. It's not like a stellar laugh till you cry comedy, but you're like, that was enjoyable to watch. I got a chuckle out of that. That's how this film is. It's a chuckle and a half. Anyway, that's it from me today. Did you see The Unicorn Store? I'm not sure how many people did, but if you watched it, let me know. And if you saw Captain Marvel, I'm not gonna make a video on that because my opinions are kind of weird about it. But I did review it on my website, which is linked in the description below. I do movie reviews there pretty much daily when I can keep up with my busy schedule. There I talked about Captain Marvel, but if you saw Captain Marvel, let me know how it was below. And so as beginning on this channel, I will be uploading every Tuesday and Friday for the foreseeable future. This video should be going up on Friday, which is tomorrow, which means at some point I'm going to be editing this, which is exciting. So hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around and talk movies with me. And don't forget to leave a like if you liked it. I hope you liked it. And if you did, I hope you'll see me next time. Bye. Should we check to see if it's filming? Yeah, we gonna check.